I'm Chef Tina Jo, and welcome to Splendor in the Raw. On today's episode of Splendor in the Raw, I'm going to be making crab cakes with wasabi and dill served on a bed of braised spinach with sweet onions and pomegranate, and it is good, good, good. But more importantly, it's really simple. The crab cakes are actually made out of zucchini, if you can believe that, and I'm telling you, it is really good. The texture of the zucchini is perfect in this dish. Zucchinis really are our friend, especially being raw vegans. Zucchini is very similar to tofu, where it really takes on the tastes and the spices of what you're adding to it. So this is really one of our very best friends. I wanted to show you before I started that when peeling the zucchini for this particular dish, you really want to get at the skin. So here you can see where I peeled it, where it's just the white showing, and on this portion I just did a thin stroke and some of the green is showing. You want to make sure that you peel it so that it is completely white, that there is no skin or green showing. This way your crab cakes won't be green, okay, like the zucchini. So I just want to finish peeling this, and what we're going to do is I'm going to actually use my KitchenAid food processor to shred these, and then I'm going to chop them, and I'll show you that as we go along. If you don't have a food processor, you don't need one for this. If you've got a mandolin, that would work perfectly. Just put the shredding blade on it, and then again you're going to just do some fine chops on it. So let's get going on this. That fits perfectly, a little bit smaller. Okay, well, it's going to make just a little bit of noise, so bear with me for just 1 minute. I do have to say I love this thing. It's so fast. Okay, so we're going to take our zucchini out of here. And I want to show you, because it's we just used the shred blade, and when you think of crab cakes, you know, it's usually smaller pieces. So again, because zucchini is very wet, it's about 95% water content, the more you handle it, the wetter it becomes, and we don't want a lot of fluid in our dish. So we're going to handle this with kid gloves, and we're just going to go ahead and make a few chops. And we want the pieces about a ½ inch in size and fairly consistent. And that's about it. Again, the more we handle it, the more water will come out of them. So in this towel, what I have are some zucchinis that I've already chopped. What I'm going to do with these is actually put them in the towel. If you've got a tea towel that you want to use, that's perfect, or a paper towel, just to get rid of some of the moisture before adding the rest of the ingredients to the zucchini in your bowl. I don't know if you can see my countertop here, but it's really, there's a lot of fluid already coming from the zucchini. So I'm just going to pat this dry a little bit. Okay. So we're going to add the zucchini now to our mixing bowl. And again, don't worry about the exact measurements for these ingredients. You can download them on Splendor in the Raw. They're all there for you. And we'll add these. You know, living on the ocean is a wonderful way to, there's always fish around. So a lot of our friends, of course, who aren't raw vegans do eat fish, and so it's nice to be able to have a dish that can kind of, you know, tease their taste buds a little bit, and we can, you know, still partake in the festivities that are going along with it. So I just added the zucchini, and the next thing I'm going to add are the, this is golden flax meal, and I love using this because once I'm done with all of these ingredients, I actually stick this dish into the dehydrator. And the golden flaxseed really give the crab cakes this beautiful golden cooked look, which is exactly what we're looking for. And this is Brazil nuts. This is Brazil nut meal, and so the way to make this is you just take your soaked and dehydrated Brazil nuts, put them in your food processor, and just chop them up till they become this fine meal. So for those of you that have ever made crab cakes, the real crab cakes at home, this would be our flour. So I'm just going to blend this up very gently. Again, I don't want to handle this a whole lot because I don't want the water to start emanating from the zucchini. Okay, so I'm going to add the rest of our ingredients. This is celery and dill. Love dill, and I really, really enjoy the dill in this particular recipe. I know you will too. And here's some mustard. Gives it just a little bit of kick. And these are dulse flakes. Now the dulse will add that fishy kind of smell and taste that we would expect when we're having crab cakes. Nutritional yeast, and this adds a nice creamy texture. And I'm using sweet onions here, give it great flavor, and a little bit of paprika. Okay, now the secret, I think, to these crab cakes is the wasabi mayonnaise that I made. And again, the recipe will be available for you for download. And this is really super simple to make. I made this out of cashews and wasabi, a little bit of lemon, and some water, and it is amazing. So I'm going to add this, and we're just going to mix everything up. I'm going to grab my helping hands, and I'm going to just mix this all up. And the smell is really fantastic. And these really start to look like official crab cakes in no time. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is grab my dehydrator sheet, and for this particular recipe I did not use a Teflon sheet. I didn't find it necessary at all. So because the moisture is not really that wet, you're going to add 1/4 of a cup of the mixture to the Teflon sheet, and this will get you about 8 servings. And I'm using a Wonder Cup here. If you don't have a Wonder Cup, simply use your regular mixing or measuring cup. That will be fine. The thing that I really, really like about the Wonder Cup, watch this, is if when you press, it will actually pop your ingredients out for you, which is fabulous because they'll all be the same size, they'll all be the same shape, and that's what we want when we're serving to guests, is consistency. You know, it's all about the presentation. And of course the food has to taste good too. So go back to our 1/4 cup, do one more. And you can get 3 across very easily. So you would start these on 125 for a couple of hours and then go down to 105. These took about 6 hours for me. So I'm going to show you what they look like when they come out of the dehydrator. Look at these little beauts. They're absolutely delicious, and you see how golden brown they are? They're beautiful. So I'm going to move this aside so I can show you what the presented dish actually looks like, and it's beautiful. So here we have it. Now the braised spinach is really super simple to make. Again, that recipe will be available for download for you. What I did was I simply took some spinach and I marinated it first with a little bit of salt, and if you remember, salt will actually wilt our leaves, which is what we want. That kind of gives it that braised look and texture to the mouth. And then I have a dressing that is turmeric and lemongrass, and it's fabulous. Put that with some sweet onions and pomegranate seeds, and then put the crab cakes on top, and we're serving it with the wasabi mayonnaise. And what's fabulous, you're going to love it. Download it, And I want to thank you all. This show is going to be airing before Thanksgiving, and I just want to say to you and to your families and to all of your loved ones, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for giving me so much love. Bye for now. I'm Chef Tina Jo. See you next time.